All right, let's see if we're live. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. I will apologize up front if I am low energy. I got cooked today. Was outside all day. My son had a soccer tournament. And I failed at sunscreen. All right, what were we up to today? Let's see here. Still working on the UC, and then I have a few random side quests here. Let's see. Apply for assistance at Demo Star Yards. Oh, that's right, the Mantis thing. Yeah, we can read that. Can't I find it, though? Secret Outpost. Hey, Farber.
Maximum crash!
Sinister, how's it going? I feel that sounds bad. Indeed, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Well, you can clearly see the shape of my sunglasses on my face. I'll just say that. It's going to be very fun for the work meeting I have tomorrow on camera. Hey, Canuck. Peaches, how's it going? Claire, hello. I have to start all over again with my mods. I bought Starfield on Steam. Oh, well, that'll be an upgrade for you. Playing on PC, you can get up past some of the limitations on console. That's great. Sucks you got to start over, but it's gonna feel like a dream, especially at the load times. Although, wait, were you playing? I can't remember. Were you playing on Xbox or PlayStation? Because PS5 might have better load times than most PCs, unless you've got a beefy machine. But PlayStation does have some other limitations that make Starfield a little clunky. Hey, Alexander. Was on Xbox PC app. Oh yeah, playing on Steam should be better. I haven't used the Xbox PC app. I assume that's basically like for using the what's it called? The Game Pass. Is that why you would do that? Oh, I have a skill point. What was I gonna do with this thing? Yeah, I guess I'll save the point. I want security and at some point speech, or persuasion rather. Okay, let's continue. Let's go speak to Lou. Where's Lou at? He's kind of close to us. The Xbox PC app is useless. Don't bother. Okay, good to know. Farm Marine SSD has been running well for me after the 100 gig update. Awesome. I hope that continues. I always tell Xbox to don't try and push the limit. Acknowledge the build limit in your settlements. Don't try and push it up too much.
Yeah. Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there, but it sounds like you might have already tossed those dregs. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Wait, what did we get? We got credits and what was this other thing he just gave us? Waste room access key. Okay. Back up we go. Yeah, the not getting your having your paid stuff transfer between platforms sucks. That really sucks.
Do your part to keep Sidonia safe.
That's something I would love to see Bethesda resolve. I don't think they're going to. I think that there's probably too many complexities in it, and the solution would cost more money than they're making on this stuff, would be my assumption. Something like they're going to have to pay some sort of fees to, or pay to get some sort of coordination with Sony or something. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works with, because I'm pretty sure, like on, I play Fortnite with my kids. We do the Lego mode on there. And I'm pretty sure all of our skins and stuff carry between platforms. So it would probably just be Bethesda would just have to invest in making it work. But I have no idea how that stuff works on their end. I just know that systems changes are expensive. Farmer, I wonder why Bethesda doesn't fully utilize the paid creations by not adding in cut content. I don't know. I would love to. They did a thing for Starfield called Escape, which was really well done. So it would be cool. And I from what I understand, I haven't played through it yet. We will in this playthrough of the new Trackers Alliance quests are supposedly really good and a much better value now that there's a bunch of them, as opposed to originally it was just you got one bounty for $7, and now is it 7 bounties now? 6 bounties? I don't know. I haven't played it. Hey, Shadow Dragon, how are you? Watchtower, Crown Masters, Darkstar Visions. Oof, that is an expensive lot you had. You picked all the high-end ones, huh? Yeah, Kelly, that's what I'm wondering. It's like why aren't they tied to, because we have to sync our Bethesda.net accounts already. They should be synced to that, but again, I don't know what because we've asked about that. Like everybody in this program has asked if like can that come, and we've been told that there are reasons it cannot, but it's above our pay grade. So those reasons might be money, or they might be some misplanned thing in the pipeline, or I don't know. No idea. That is left for speculation. The cynical answer would be money, right? Farmery, like, why not add in the cut vault and charge it for $2 add in lore friendly label or tag? I assume it's just like their development costs are kind of stupid high. So, especially when it involves voice acting, because they got to go through SAG-AFTRA. Like the fact that they haven't been pumping out more things like Escape on the regular has always been questionable. Though again, the fact that they just did the Trackers Alliance is like, okay, maybe it is worth it to them to do that, because that's all professionally voice acted and was really well done. So maybe they'll start doing it for Fallout or Skyrim. I would say part of the other problem would probably be that of knowledge loss. Like most of the people who worked on Fallout and Skyrim probably either aren't at the company or are moved on to other projects. Like doing stuff like cut content would be the type of thing you give to your junior teams, right? You don't want to take your seniors on DLC stuff. You want your seniors on your new complicated stuff that requires people with really deep knowledge of your stuff, of your systems. And your juniors probably aren't going to know the older games, and it's not super value for them to train them in that older stuff. Whereas us who have been modding the game, like this is why I think they like the modding scene and the creations, is because those of us, we were doing it for fun anyway, so we've kept up to date. Like I would imagine that most of the modding community is better than Bethesda at making things for the older games at this point, just because we do it all the time. So that would be my guess why they're not putting out more stuff for the older games. I'd love to see it. I wish they would. If they put out like a new Fallout DLC or Skyrim DLC, I would buy it in a heartbeat. But I don't think they'll be doing that because I hear they're working on TES 6. All right, hold on. Let's see if the little arrows say I'm going the right direction. Yeah, they kind of imply we are. These dungeons are massive mazes. Where does it want me to go? Up the stairs. Okay. Oh, didn't even see this. There we go. Hey, there we go. This is one critique I have of Starfield is I find that they committed to the realistic look and lighting, but it makes it so that often I can't discern where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to be looking at. There's like so much stuff looks like it's fading into the background, and like I'm frequently getting lost in the dungeons in this game, more so than I feel like I do in their other games. I think it's one of the benefits of stylistic games over a realism like this is it looks less jarring when things are like kind of guiding your vision toward a thing. Like you can have kind of weird level design and stuff in Skyrim, and it doesn't feel as weird. I mean, I guess it really wouldn't in this either. Like, I don't know what this is. This is a weird mine. They could have done the same thing. And in some cases they are, right? Like, right here, they did a great job of guiding me. Like, I'm supposed to go here, not down there from the lighting. But I remember my first playthrough, I had to use this a whole bunch to not get lost when I was playing. I don't know if anybody else had that same experience. Alex said, nah, I'm not gonna lie, I want them to leave the old games alone. They should make new games. Modders make stuff for the old games. I don't want them to keep breaking my Fallout 4. I think I remember there was a lot of people saying that when the patch came out last week, of being like, I might hang tight and see how this goes. Because the Fallout 4 had a bad year and a half there. As far as I haven't read anything about anything wrong with the current update. Has anybody run into any problems yet? I asked this on stream on Wednesday, and nobody had seen anything on Reddit or anything about like new bugs in the current in the recent Fallout 4 patch. Mars Research Facility. I don't know that this was cool enough to deserve a hero music chime like that. And I'm stuck on something. New Warframe stuff coming out soon that's totally free.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it. I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that? Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at? Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be bringing that... Wait, Tau Gourmet? Like Tau Ceti Tau Gourmet? That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti to have a Terramorph. Either someone's setting up the worst petting zoo in the universe, or who exactly told you to bring this to me? Hadrian. She gave you this? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Lightning McNugget, hello. Any word on Fever Dreams? Nope, no word yet. Still waiting to hear when they're gonna release it. It's done. It's ready. We got it working on all platforms. Hopefully that means it's gonna come out on all platforms. I don't think they've released any of the new Fallout 4 stuff on PlayStation, so I don't know if that's happening or not. But we made it work on there. We had to do some janky stuff to get it onto our PlayStation to test it, but it worked. So hopefully they'll put it on PlayStation 2. Farbury, why not have modders add in the cut constant stuff and just add that lore-friendly label tag and change it to a reasonable price? I think because they would have. I don't think the cut content has all the audio recorded, right? So modders can't just work with like the player voice, player character. They have to hire them. They have to hire. Nor that's what we did for Fever Dreams. It was very expensive. Your scanner has a quest tracker, though. Huh? Yes, my scanner has a quest tracker. It's very convenient. Am I running mods? Yeah, I'm running... I'm just running a couple. I'm running Doom, or At Hell's Gate, rather, McLaren's Watchtower, the stuff we made. And then I've got some of the Bethesda-made stuff. So I think I've got Escape, the Trackers Alliance, whatever they called that, the Bounty series. And then the free one, the Thanksgiving thing, I think it was. Wasn't there one that they put out on Thanksgiving last year or the year before? I haven't played through that, but I downloaded it. But very light load order. I'm trying to use this. I want to fix bugs in our stuff as I'm playing, or at least, even if I don't fix them, report them to our team so they can be fixed and be able to send them my save file. So I don't want to have a big, crazy load order. I was going to just read another post that states, like most of the space would be unusable because of the limitations. Long post. I didn't read it all. As far as for all the new space on Xbox, you mean? I know there's definitely some weird stuff where there has to have room for it to extract what you download, so that is going to be weird for people. Like, I think they're going to get into a space where people have to strategically download their mods, biggest to smallest, which is going to be weird. But the Bethesda.net caps mods at 1 gig, maybe 2 gigs. I'm not sure. I think it was 1, but maybe it's 2. Maybe they changed it. So it's not the biggest deal in the world now that there's 100. So far, our external assets are still not supported officially on PlayStation for Fallout 4. Yeah, people have been putting them on there, though. There's mods on PlayStation already getting uploaded with external assets on PlayStation. For Fallout 4 and Skyrim, people have figured out how to do it. So it can work. I just don't think Bethesda has allowed it, because the creation kit won't let you do it. Just bought the Trackers one. I hear it's really good. I haven't played through it myself, but...
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Managed to negotiate it down to something more reasonable. Good to see someone give the Trade Authority a bit of their own medicine. All queued up. Let's gaze into this.
Never understand how you run super mods all the time. Yeah, you get used to it. Because I've had to do it for years. Like,
wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was a city wiped completely off the map by terramorphs. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity. So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
I do not. I do not want to tell you. No. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I'm running the next patch of Watchtower on here. It has some bug fixes. It has some menu settings I can show you guys in a minute. It's in QA with Bethesda right now, so I don't know when it's going to release, but hopefully soon. I know that they were bogged down with all the people who were trying to put stuff out on PlayStation, so I don't know where ours sits in the queue. They're usually pretty quick about our stuff. It's usually like a couple weeks at most. Oops, did I just lose my controller? Yes, I did. All right, hold on. Unplug. Plug it back in. Peaches, do you think it will be better for modders if there was a phonetic voice bank they could use for NPCs characters? I mean, the voice actors gave the okay. I mean, I think it would probably sound pretty stilted. Like, I don't know that would be. I think that would sound pretty jarring and awful. So no, not great. Yeah, there's not a good solution for that. I mean, the solution people would like to say is AI, but that's a whole other problem.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Oh, okay. I just had to meet him over there. All right, we backtrack now. Game around, if you're open to it, love to hear more about your journey. How you went from passion to creating major systems to BGS modding. Key moments to give from hobbyist to company founder. Ooh, that's a big one. Well, I don't even know where to start with that. All right, I'm gonna point you to a video to get started, so that you get like a brief history that I've already turned into a video. That'll give you the cliff notes, and then you can maybe ask more questions from there. If you go to the Kinggath Creations website. And I believe it's if you click on About, you should see a video I did when we launched the company, and I kind of go into that story about how I got into modding and the journey from there in some respects. So, not that I want to dodge your question. I think that question is so open-ended. I could talk for hours and then nobody else will get a shot at a question for me. Also, I don't know that I want to talk about myself that much. That's going to feel awkward to talk that long. But I will just say that one of the biggest motivators for me starting the company was I was not satisfied with the pace at which mod development can go or the quality level it can reach. I think it can go so much higher, even with the people I was already working with. Doing things like some settlements, we just need people to be able to make it their focus and not have to go to day jobs, because then that's it. A lot of times people go weeks without having the energy to work on things, and so things stall out. And then certain things like getting voice actors back, it's too expensive to do for hobby projects, and that can make or break the quality level. So. A lot of my motivation was just like, I just want to make things that feel like actual DLC, not like mods. And it seems like a lot of people want that too, because we're doing pretty good right now. There's a cap on how many mods you can have. Yeah, for Starfield, it's really awkward. So the cap, there's a couple of caps. There's like a cap on number of BA2 files you can have, but the biggest cap now that we found with Starfield, oh my, lost again with this. The biggest, you know what? I bet there was a back door. There was probably like an elevator I was supposed to take over by Percival, and I probably missed it, and I'm backtracking. the biggest cap now we found is this thing called the ref limit, which there's some Reddit posts that go into what that is, but that one's real nasty because it's really hard to detect that you have it. There's no warning or anything. You just get weird stuff happening, like you'll come across ships that are empty inside or space stations that won't appear. You might just see like the docking port to them. It's a real nasty bug that occurs when you hit that limit. Now, I hate to keep doing this, and I've reached out to him to apologize that I keep doing it, which is Jalmir with his Falkland systems, because that Falkland mod is beautiful, beautiful ship setup, but unfortunately, it is one of the nastiest culprits to this issue. And again, it is not his fault. It is an engine limitation that no one knew about. And so the more ship habs you have installed, and the more parts they have, the quicker you will run into this bug. And so there's a reference counter limit. I'm trying to explain this while navigating. In the game, where you can have up to around 2 million references in your game, right? And if you have Shattered Space and Terra and Armada installed, you're using 1.6 million of them or something crazy. Like, you're using the vast majority of them out of the box. So you have just a few, you have a few 100,000 left. And while Falkland Systems uses 200,000 to 300,000 depending on which version you have. So it consumes the majority of your available reference limit. So that mod right there is one of the ones that will quickly hit you to your limit, unfortunately. Now, I know he's working on improving that, but we're all hoping in the community that Bethesda figures out a way to resolve this so that people aren't left with this bizarre limit that they have no warning about. There is a tool someone has put out so that you can check your load order on PC, but it's not available for Xbox, unfortunately. Duvatron, I have checked out the new Skyrim extension, Hearts of the Mountain. It's amazing. Look forward to your Skyrim extension. I watched Zero Period play through it a little bit, and yeah, it looked pretty impressive. Like, crazy amount of world space and stuff in there. I'm surprised they were able to fit it on Xbox, because you only get, I think it's 2 gigs per mod on Skyrim. Is there's a feature in one of your mods that you were super stoked and proud about to get it work, but people didn't even notice it? Nothing comes to mind. I think we tend to try and... There's probably some stuff in Sim Settlements 2 that most people don't know about that I was like, man, that was hard to get working. But I usually show that stuff off, so I assume people have noticed it because I show it off when we figure it out. But I just remembered I was going to show you guys the new Watchtower option, which hopefully I have. I'm not wrong. Yeah, okay, so right here we added a start level setting. So you can change it to have the first ambush for Watchtower start at either level 55 or force it to be specifically the Pyros system. So people who are starting new characters don't have to feel the need to uninstall Watchtower until they're ready, or they won't need other mods to delay the startup. Marine, how do you have time to make mods? You have a day job and a family, man. What's the secret? Employees. I don't work alone. That's the secret. A team. I am not a one-man show.
It's not easy living inside on.
Yeah, I think like one of the things I used to do a lot of, because we have a Patreon for Sim Settlements, and I used to put up little teasers about things we got working that I was so excited about, and like half the time it would be like I'd get a couple of likes on it, but nobody being like, wow, that's cool. So I just gave up on the small teasers of stuff. Now I only show them to other devs on the team who like actually want the thing to work and had no idea how to do it, and then it's like and then for everything else I just wait till we get a trailer, because it's just nothing's exciting enough anymore. I think there's like everything's been done in video games. It's so hard to impress anymore. Robert Deweese, hello, how are you? Sorry, I'm like way behind on chat, trying to catch up right now before we move forward. Oh, thank you, Canuck, for linking that video. Also, again, apologies, Gamer Roundup, for not just answering your question. I just don't want. I could literally answer that question for. It would take me hours to talk through it all. So if you want to ask more specific questions, I can go into it. Yeah, running all the way. Yeah, you were right. Shadow Dragon. There was probably an elevator, and I totally missed it. I didn't do I forgot to do this first, so I just like went toward the objective marker. See, like I was talking about with Starfield, I feel like you have to use this where you don't really have to. You don't need to use like you don't need to use vans in Fallout 4, or in Skyrim. There's a spell, right? Well, I don't remember what it's called. Why am I not using my flashlight? I don't know. I don't really like using my flashlight. Oh God, no! Hold on. Oh no! I was trying to turn on my flashlight, and I hit the freaking grenade button. This is the problem with jumping between games. My grenade button in Starfield is my flashlight button in Fallout. Hold on. What is the freaking flashlight button in this? I gotta just check my controls. I don't know. I just don't use my flashlight in this game ever. No, it's under interface. No, it is under control. No, bindings is where it is. What is flashlight? LB. Oh, do I just tap it? Yeah, there. No, that's for that. How do I turn on my flashlight? Hold on a second. Settings, bindings, hand scanner, and flashlight. Do I have to hold it down? There it is. Yeah, you gotta hold it. Okay. Yeah, just don't ever need it. Clairvoyance. Thank you, Sledge. Also, hello. All right, hold on. I'm still trying to catch up all the chat here. Attica, hello. Can you play free mods and paid mods together? Yes, definitely. I have seen that page, Attica, and for we spend a lot of time on our stuff making sure that we're not conflicting. The biggest one that we conflict with is in Bard's College. We replaced the Bard's College cell, which we did so that people could just put a door, because Bard's College has 2 doors. People could just put a door or replace one of the 2 doors to go back to the vanilla cell, just delete one of ours, and that's a patch that now works for every mod. I even put in scripts in Bard's College expansion to automatically move all of the vanilla NPCs to whichever version of the cell you are in, so it will like just teleport them all to the vanilla one if you go in the vanilla one, or to ours if you go to ours, to try and make it a little easier on people. I thought, and just nobody patched it that way, which was interesting, because for Fallout 4, that's how we do it for all of our Some Settlements 2 cells that we override, and people figured that out real quick, just being like, oh, we just go back to the vanilla cell. So, but yeah, I know that Reddit page you're talking about, and I think there were a few issues with some of our meshes and stuff, but we've already got those fixed locally. We just haven't done a Bard's College patch in a long time, because somehow, like, knock on wood, we released that thing and it was like almost completely bug free, and we were just like, let's just leave it. It's sensitive, and patching in Skyrim is so much harder than patching in Fallout 4 and Starfield. To like fix existing issues and saves is a real pain in the butt. So like patching it live is not as clean and easy as it is for Fallout 4 and Starfield. Yeah, we have another creation for Skyrim already done and turned into QA. We just had a few more little issues to work out with some performance things that happen on consoles.
It's my second favorite thing.
You're not hassling yourself anymore, Major.
Reading about it.
Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
And from what I understand of the reference limit, it's a unsigned int, which is just over 2 million. But most of them get used automatically. There's an app, or they F4SC or SFSE utility that can show you what your current usage is.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't
Hey,
get
Lanny,
me
how are
in
you?
too much trouble.
Is it actually? Is it, I have never gotten to speak to you. You always go through Tahir. Is it Laney or Lonnie? Laney is a fantastic voice actress, and I am sorry if I keep pronouncing your name wrong. Lonnie, there we go. Lonnie is a phenomenal voice actress who has done some stuff in multiple of our projects now. You guys will all know her as the Dark Elf female in Skyrim. And for Sim Settlements fans, Shandy.
Still with us?
And I believe you did Judge Bishop as well, yeah? And then joined us for Bard's College to do was it Lolia? Is that what we ended up naming her?
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's going to take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Lonnie, did you do anything in Starfield? I don't think I've seen your IMDb in a while. I don't know if you were in this.
Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists. Ran a division.
I've heard that from a few people where they're like, oh yeah, I forgot I voiced something in that because it was such a long process. Like it took years and years for them to get it all recorded.
That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC Xeno warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. No. We were both dismissed after the war for what we did. These days, we're just concerned citizens with a very particular area of expertise. Our damage has been done for a long time.
You know, the sunscreen or the sunburn is still here, but I had forgotten about it for a few minutes. I'm getting lost in some Starfield. I freaking love these games. Demelza Myers in Starfield. Okay. I don't recognize that name. It's crazy how much voiced content there is in this game. It's absolutely nuts. I think they announced when the game was in marketing that there were over 200,000 voice lines in this game, which is just nutty. I wonder how many different actors were involved.
Oh, well.
You don't recall either. Fair. You've got so many characters under your belt, though. I can't imagine you could name them all. It would be a rough task.
But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground. but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Works at the Office of the Governor General. Is that in New Atlantis, or is that the one, the governor? Because there's the governor that's in Sidonia, where we're at right now. Because if that's her, we could go talk to Melza right now.
All right.
She's on Mars Sidonia. Oh yeah, then I think I know exactly who that is. I love the quest that involves the governor. Lonnie, we can go find you right now.
You two are gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna go find your character.
Your Eminence?
I think I know exactly where it is. It's upstairs here. We happen to be right on the planet. It's like right over here somewhere. Yeah, upstairs. Let's see. So here's the Trade Authority. Yeah, Office of the Governor General. I think you might be this. There, here you are.
Hello. Do you have business with Governor Hurst?
Oh yeah, I can hear your voice. Holy cow. There you go.
I see. Well, luckily, Governor Hurst enjoys visitors, and his schedule is fairly empty at the moment. I see no problem with it. You're welcome.
Yeah, I remember this being so funny that you could just walk in and talk to the governor on Sidonia.
The Sidonian people are great. They're hard workers and true UC patriots. Ah, hello. Welcome. I don't usually have time to speak with random people off the street, but I'd be happy to help if it's something quick. What can I do for you? I can answer your general questions about Sidonia, but nothing venturing into politics. Sorry, but it's my strict policy that I only speak with select members of the press and major political donors who are serious about making changes for the future prosperity of Mars.
You can trust me. Trust me, bro. It's fine. And tell me about your politics.
If you have to ask, then I'm afraid you can't afford it.
God, that reminds me of a Super Troopers joke. Nick Croner, anything new on the possible SS2 character side quest? Nothing new there. All the focus on SS2 story side is we've assembled a team to work on Conqueror 2, which is quite the project. It is not just a port. It is like a total reimagining, though we're bringing back as many of the original characters and voice actors as we can. So it's a big project. So that is the current SS2 story development. The side quests and stuff, it's basically waiting for the right moment when Surik has a free block in his calendar, which is hard now because he's got a full-time job making the close to DLC as we can without it being legally called DLC. We'll say that.
I'm sure you're nice, but this silence is awkward. I'm sorry, I can't, but if you have any other questions about Sidonia, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I should get back to what I was doing. Standard protections from the media and anyone who would go to them. I'm sure you understand.
Sure, you give him 1,000 credits.
That's cute, but not enough. If you're not sure how much, you probably can't afford it. And at this point, I'm not sure I'd accept it from you. Enjoy Sidonia.
Wouldn't accept my bribe. So sad. Okay, what do we have to do here? We need to go... Okay, we gotta go back to New Atlantis. Alright, off we go. Walter... Yeah, Walter's quirk was a crazy... I found out that recently. I did not catch that at all when I was playing, but... that was...
Look at this place. It's a
I was way into Star Trek back then.
A dessert for the senses.
Voyager and Deep Space Nine were a weekly watch in my house.
Captain! Over here.
Okay, this is the one point of the UC story that goes a little bit off the rails for me. I actually like part of it. I just don't like the clone thing. That feels so unnecessary. Like if she was just the daughter or something, the clone part just feels like it's too much. But I actually think the thing they do with her clone daddy is actually really cool. But anyway,
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
I don't know. Because I love this questline. This to me is the best questline in the game. The UC Vanguard questline is really, really cool. It's got cool set piece moments. It introduces a lot of like moments where it feels important. You get to feel like you made a change to the game world afterward. But this moment, it was always the one that was just like, but why? That like what it does, because it doesn't play off. You know, if it paid off later in the story, I guess it's setting up the fact that then they're gonna clone those creatures later. Maybe that was the idea, or I don't know. I just felt it wasn't brought up sooner. I think if there was a moment where like before this, where it became where I was like eased into this, so it wasn't such a left field thing, or if it pays off more in the quest line, then it wouldn't be such a bother. But this is always the thing that sticks out to me. Like, excuse me, like what? I was all in on the story, and then you tell me you're a clone, and now I'm like, wait, what is it? What? Why? We're gonna just ignore it though, because I want to enjoy the rest of the quest.
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Let's see here.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna
Come
take care
find
of
me when
things.
you're done.
I think I got some stuff for Mr. McLaren, so we can dump off. Oh, where's my map? Okay. Oh, I just realized we've barely explored any of New Atlantis yet. Oh, excuse me, Buster.
Still need that permit. Check the data slate.
Oh, that's right.
If you haven't already.
I forgot he gave us a mission. Do we have anything to extract?
Got something worth salvaging?
What do we have? Here you go. Wait, am I not wearing a helmet right now? How did that happen? All right, give me a second.
What are we
process.
stripping from this piece?
What are we stripping here? Well, we only got one thing, so
No
nice and
turning
easy.
back once I begin. You sure? Got it. I'll break them down and extract what you need.
Actually, got to check on Doring Fan's inventory. I think I probably gave him a bunch of junk to carry around for me.
Mods prepped and ready for installation. See you around.
All right.
As the hero of Vectera, you need your own comic book, your own cartoon, your own theme song. We have got to make this happen. What's mine is yours. Legally. I've signed the papers.
Yeah, what does he got? Oh, does he have nothing? Okay, I guess I wasn't. Oh, okay, yeah, I just gave him this stuff to hang on to because I thought it looked cool. We might use this stuff to... might use that stuff later as targets
That
for
was a good talk.
Jason's mod installation. All right, let me check. I feel like I'm not wearing a helmet. No, I am. Okay, I'm wearing the McLaren's helmet. Okay, so we can strip that one down. All right.
Hard to top it.
But hold on, let's check the... Can we exit? Do we have it set up to... Oops. Wait, no, that's right. We want to go cargo hold. Yes, we can access the cargo hold in here. So I think we can. Although we have no armor in there, so it doesn't matter.
Always
If you're here for fashion, you're out of luck. But if you want something functional,
All right, sure.
Good.
I'm on here.
well, give it here then.
Sorry, cats. Wow, I just figured it was a she, not a he. Oh, Hadrian is a she. It said if one of the dialogue options is like, "Wait, you're a woman cloned from a man," and then she explains it. I just didn't. I skipped that
modification are
dialogue
you
because the whole
designing?
cloning story always just rubs me the wrong
Once
way
I'm
for
done
whatever
with
reason.
this will be toast. Still want to go through with it? Let's see. Components we need here. Strip this out there. Perfect. This can be installed whenever you like.
Okay. I mean, I could use some of these things installed, but what's our money situation? Maybe we will. Because I think last time I declined because I'm broke. But I think we're starting to get some decent money going here. Oh yeah, we got 59,000 credits. We can install some stuff on our equipment. Let's see here. Let's at least get something on our helmet here. Wait a second. What? There it goes. Huh, that was weird. Didn't work the first time. All right. Jason.
Don't expect any frills here. So, which mod do you want installed in this piece?
What do we have available? I think Combat Veteran sounds good.
Tried and tested ballistic plates, integrated into all the favorite spots a human attacker would usually aim for. Useful against your fellow spacefarers. If you're happy with this, I'll get to work.
Oh yeah, that's a deal.
Let's see if this plays nice. There.
All
All done
right.
and ready for action. Let me know if anything malfunctions.
Please don't malfunction. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could have installed both. What am I doing?
Oh, it's you. Hey.
Yeah. I forgot I can install two.
Yes, but first,
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot we can install multiple things. All right, let's get that going. I actually could probably... I think I have multiple copies of bolstering. I could probably do it on our suit and on our helmet. Assuming that that's one that... I don't know if that one stacks. I'll have to remember what that does. Hold on, let's go check this.
Excuse me.
Double terminal here. This will tell us what we have in store. Bolstering. We only have one in stock. 100 energy resistance, physical resistance to lower your health. I mean, that's fine. Oh, we have another combat veteran, so we could put this... This should stack the way this is written, so we could put that on our suit if I don't already have it. Oh, that's the one we just read. Anti-ballistic. This is also good. And physical damage from range weapons. We don't have any in stock, though. That's one we did prior. Okay, let's check our... Let's check our suit. We already put it on there. So we've got combat veteran on that. And... Nope, where's my helmet? Where's my helmet? Do I not have my helmet?
You have
noticed a decrease.
Didn't he hand it to me?
Over the past 4 points.
No, it's still over there.
Days. Do you require companionship?
That's odd. I don't know if that's a... I think that might be bugged. Because I got the notice that I received it, and then it's still sitting over there. I'm going to have to jot this down. Just a second. See, this is why I like to play with almost no mods, because then I can take my save if I have a weird state like this and send it over to get checked out. So, we're going to... Let's see. Install mod to helmet. I mean, this might be intended behavior, and I just haven't, because I haven't played it enough in a long time, because I haven't played Starfield much in a while. Install mod to helmet. Get notice. Actually, you guys would know who have played this more recently. Take it easy, Lonnie. Thanks for joining us. All right, so we install mod to helmet. Get notice that we looted it. And then it is still on mannequin. Again, this may be intended behavior, and I just have forgotten because I have not worked on this in ages. Did you use A at all to make this McLaren's one? No, we don't. The only thing that anybody uses AI for is usually code assistance, and that's probably it, honestly. Like, our artists hate AI stuff. Writing, nobody wants to use it. We're definitely not using it in voice acting. I think the only time anybody uses it is for assistance in writing code. Research, probably. Like, it's really good at, you can hand it like a, tell it to like go look on the wiki and find something that's not coming up in search results. Like, it can find things based on context rather than direct text search, so that can be useful.
Got it. Now, what mod do you want installed? This mod employs.
All right, so I want to see. So when I get the little notice in the corner, it feels like that means I looted the thing, but it's very possible that we intentionally set it up to be. You get to see the pop-up, so you see that you have your full item, and then it gets put back on the mannequin because that's where it was. But it does feel like I just looted it. So.
Job's finished.
See, this feels like epic item acquired.
Now get out there and make
bolstering McLaren's helmet.
I'm sure I'll see you again soon enough.
And now we received it. But the first time when I installed the first item on it, it didn't come. It said I got it in my inventory, but then it was back over there. So I don't know if it's the first time you added on a blank item, or I don't know. I'll have to do some more experiments, but I should actually, hold on, let me check my load. Yeah, I have an autosave from when I came in, so hold on a second. Hold on, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a save, resume from here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reload that autosave. Load, autosave. This should be before I came in, and let's try and repeat this. Let's try and replicate this bug. So this is before I did anything, so my helmet should be blank, and I should still have the items. Yeah, it's still there, and I still have to disenchant items. So let's try and do it in the same order. So
still need that.
We gave him these items.
Check the data slate. Good.
Crack mod.
Well,
we'll give him this. This time we'll do both of these at the same time, though. That shouldn't have any impact.
All right. What are we pulling from this? And this? What am I extracting from this thing? Once I'm done with this, this will be toast. Still want to go through with it?
Yes.
All right. Let's get the good stuff. Done. Mod's ready whenever you like.
Okay. So now we're gonna save right here. So we're gonna save as save pre-add legendary to blank helmet. All right. Then we'll put the helmet on this thing. And then we ran into this where it didn't work. We have to do it again. So that's the first bug we need to report. Okay, don't mind me. I'm jotting this down. I'm going to get this over to one of our devs. Inventory after adding to mannequin.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's throw a party.
So now
Slightly delay bankruptcy. I'll get the confetti.
we're going to try and do exactly the same way. So we're going to then install. We put it back on, and then we try to install just the combat veteran.
It is more difficult.
Right. And which mod are we adding to this?
The celebratory atmosphere.
Tried and tested ballistic plates, integrated into all the favorite spots a human attacker would usually aim for. Useful against your fellow spacefarers. So this is what you want? If so, I can install it right now. Let's see if this plays nice.
Yeah, Alexander, I found the Claude is really good with code. Codex is as well. OpenAI's new, especially their 5.5 model. But the problem I found with Papyrus is it hallucinates a lot because that's not a common language online. It's better at languages that are heavily represented online. So things like, okay, this time we got the helmet in our inventory. So like Python, it's phenomenal because there's so much Python code out there. But I've seen people send me Papyrus stuff that they're like, hey, why isn't this working? And I'm like, well, it's got a bunch of C# code and stuff in here, or like, this is JavaScript. Like that can't work in Papyrus. So it seems to just make stuff up for Papyrus. So yeah, what you would want to do if you want to use an AI to do Papyrus, you would probably want to set up a VS Code workspace and dump all of and give it the base game scripts, and then also like any script libraries you can find. Like go grab the Workshop Framework code because that's public. I think the unofficial patch scripts are all public. Like find any things like that you can find, like public PSCs, and just dump them in the workspace so that it has stuff to learn from. All right, so that time it worked correctly. It didn't do the weird thing, but we did get the bug with it returning the helmet back to our inventory. Let's see if that happens a second time or if that's just a one-off. So that time it worked. I wonder if it's just the first time ever you use it and it needs to like initialize or something, and that's just like a little weird quirk in it. But either way, I was able to replicate it off of this save, so I have a save now I can send over. So this pre-add legendary should at least trigger that one. Yeah, it's fine. JKAIC, good evening. How are you? Welcome. We are just experimenting with some McLaren stuff here and working on the UC Vanguard questline. Someone provided me a skill file for clothing because there's a lot of Papyrus for us stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that, because I think they shipped with Starfield CK. They have a VS Code, what do you call it? The little thing that teaches it how to add code hint and everything. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, they have that included. So a VS Code environment can be set up to where it actually knows how to flag all the code and like autocomplete and do the colorations and stuff. I don't remember what those things are called.
It must be great to be able to see yourself whenever you want.
Still no word from the cabinet. Anything you wanted to discuss in the interim?
Let's go.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Off we go.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Game Roundabout used Copilot ironically. It took a few months to get both me and the bot trained in Papyrus. Papyrus, my first language learned. Oh, interesting. Scripting languages like that are a great one to start with, just because the patterns that you learn from any scripting or programming language are roughly the same across the board. They just, it's not as deep a language, which is good because then you have less things to learn for it. So it's a good starting point. But like the core of it, like if statements, loops, functions, like that's the gist of most programming. And then like what you're missing out in this are just some of the more advanced features that you would have trouble understanding as a newbie and you wouldn't use anyway if you were learning a more complicated language. So Papyrus is a great first language to learn. But I got to be honest, the way that AI companies are pushing AI to be a coder, it is getting like frighteningly good at that, to where it's, I don't know. I used to be in the camp of like, oh well, everybody who codes and understands code will have a job for a long time fixing broken vibe coded stuff. But if people figure out the right commands to add, you can get even a vibe coded app up to snuff with an AI, which is a little terrifying. So I am glad my coding is not my only source of income, or I'd be real scared. Oh, my controller keeps disconnecting. Check it. I say, I'm kind of bummed out. I say I bought a few creations last night. My low rotor refreshed. Nuked half of my crew roster. Oof. That's brutal. I wonder if did you have enough mods to where you hit, maybe I was just covering the mic because I was hiccuping. Did you hit the reference limit bug? Or do you even know what that is? Because that's the type of thing that would just nuke random stuff from your save. Ken Robertson retired from programming just in time before you watch it turn into a bunch of slop from rookies.
Welcome.
From rookies who don't know how to code and use an AI to carry them.
You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
We might be calling you out of retirement to help save the world when we hit some sort of collapse because of all the fresh college grads aren't actually learning how to program. They're just learning how to talk to an AI. Oh, my controller's disconnected again. We're gonna have to call up all the old hands who understand the deep code to help save the day. Ironically, I read that companies are big time backpedaling from using AI already because it costs more than human employees. Yeah, if you go uncapped and you crank the speed up on a token account, you can rip through some money like crazy. Yeah, it can get terrifying. Like, I have my my codex has a cap on it because I'm not dealing with that. It's a
little intimidating. I understand.
My controller is not working still.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives.
JKAIC, that sounds like a bunch of your mods may have gotten disabled, which can happen sometimes when you install new stuff.
All three Armistice signatories.
Did you check and see if
Freestar Collective and
hold on,
House
let this lady stop talking.
Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Did you, JKIC, I would check. This is going to sound like a stupid thing, like we'll try to turn it off and back on again, which often works. But if you go into the creations menu and click your load order button, see if the game disabled some of your mods. Because what that sounds like is like a bunch of your characters aren't loaded in the game at all, which could happen if some of your mods got disabled. Can, as long as it's C++ available to save the world. Good to know. If I need help in the world saving with my C++ stuff, I knew who to call. Can you vibe code in COBOL? I did read an article recently about how I don't know if it was Google or it may have been Anthropic. One of these companies that's investing heavily in AI discovered.
Listen, compose your thoughts. You let us know when you're ready.
Thanks, Isabella. That they did dive into some like really ancient code. I think they were diving into assembly and discovered some like horrible weakness and the AI had discovered this weakness. Like, and it's really convoluted, and like no human would ever have thought to try these combination of things. But the scary part was like, well, no human has to try it. They can just, a bad actor can tell their AI, hey, go discover an exploit in this piece of software, and let it just let the agent just run and try. That's the scary thing. That's like one of the things they've been worried about with quantum computing, is that they're going to be able to just throw it at modern encryption, and it'll just crack it in a second. Who just subscribed? Andrew McCoy, thank you for subscribing. Okay, let's. She's just not going to let go. We better talk to her. So we're trying to figure out what we're facing. We can make an informed decision of the data. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible terramorph apocalypse. Yeah, let's go with the big bold.
That's quite the leap, Captain.
We're going big leap.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives? Yes, given what we've heard, I find myself in agreement, Captain.
I've not tried this route.
The Captain is precisely right. We could hardly be expected to make a galaxy-affecting decision on such scant evidence.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we've... What was that?
Whoa.
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Here we go.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well,
Put me in, Coach. I'm ready.
we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Here we go. Okay, so real quick, so this whole scene with all these people over here. Hold on a second. We got to talk about something for a second, real quick. This scene with the way this played out, it just reminded me of something. So, I've been playing the game Sea of Stars with my oldest son. He really likes that style of game, like the turn-based RPGs, and the 16-bit RPGs. You guys remember the like SNES RPGs, like things made with like RPG Maker? How like there's when it's a cutscene, it's just like the characters kind of like they do a little movement. They do a lot of like when they're excited, they like bob up and down, and they'll just like move around real fast on the screen. And like the cutscene is just the characters just moving around, and it's not anything particularly grand, but it tells a story. Bethesda games are that in 3D. They're it's not cinematic. It is not like you're not getting like cutscenes like with cool movies cinematic quality. It's just the 3D version of the old school RPGs. That's interesting because like I have that felt so like when I look at what we just witnessed right there, it felt like it was trying to channel the feeling you get from Mass Effect where you're in front of the console and then stuff goes wrong and stuff, but because it doesn't have the cinematic camera angles and stuff, it doesn't feel like that. But it's interesting that with a 16-bit game, the 16-bit RPGs, even today when they're made, Sea of Stars is a modern game. It like was just had its last DLC in 2025, and but made to be in the art style of the old one. So they have the technology to do flashy cutscenes and stuff, but they just are not doing it, and we're okay with that. Part of that being because it's a small studio. But anyway, I still am enjoying the story of that game, and I have no problem with it. But like this, and I enjoy this story. Don't get me wrong, but I guess what I'm getting is like a lot of people will complain that Bethesda games just feel less good compared to modern games. But it's like, but you accept it in those other RPGs. This is just a 3D version of that. I don't understand why people get so upset about it. Like it doesn't. Not everything has to be the super cinematic, and it can still tell a cool story. Anyway, soapbox over. Let me get back to chat real quick before we go fight some Terramorphs. For Marine, what do you think about SS2? What do you think made SS2 more stable after the 100 gig update? I assume that it's similar to when you have more room on a hard drive on PC, is that you have more room for your system to use for caching and whatnot. I assume that that's happening with Fallout 4, but it could also just be like they fixed some stuff with the patch. That was one of the things I anticipated, was that there would just be some little bug fixes in there. Brendan Lucas 9732, thank you for the super chat. It's not the camera angles. It's not the camera angles that does it. That definitely helps though, doing cool camera angles and stuff, and actually like what do you call it, motion capping and everything. There's a lot more to it, obviously, but the point is that the Starfield, like the lack of cool camera angles, lack of mocap, and it just being simple movement, again, reminds me of like the old school RPGs where it's just like, yeah, there was none of that for those either. It's just, they just move around the screen and talk to each other. That's enough for me to pay attention to the story. Connect that has happened a couple of times with Beth mods to load page and Fallout 4. Oh, I think talking about when the mods get disabled. Yeah, it's such a pain. Came around. Berkeley did a study recently that found people felt they performed at 20% faster with AI as a poll in the study, but their KPIs were actually 20% less efficient, but nobody's talking about that. That's funny. Yeah, I think there's definitely, I have definitely found there are things that I have completed with AI assistance in coding that blow my mind how quickly I've done them. And then there are other things, yeah, where it was like, well, I spent so much time, it was like playing the lottery and getting it. But I think there's a difference between the current models that are targeted at coding and like ChatGPT even 2 years ago. It is night and day different. FF6 and Chrono Trigger could give you the thing. Oh, I love Chrono Trigger, man. That is the, after I'm done playing Sea of Stars with my kid, I'm going to give him a copy of Chrono Trigger to go play, because that game is amazing. I've been hoping they would remake it. Even if it was exactly the same gameplay, but just with a new skin like they did with Mario RPG. I would love that. I mean, everybody would play the hell out of that. JKAIC, check the load order, all enabled up to date, according to the menu, still no luck. Ah, that sucks, man. That sucks. It could be, are you playing on Xbox or PC? Because if you're on PC, you could go do the, you could run that SKSE plugin that tells you if you're at the reference limit. Somebody could find you the link to that. I don't have it handy. Oh, I don't know. Are they still doing that, Nick? The DLS 5 thing? Like I thought there was so much rage against it. Did all the companies that posted it? Because it was like, who did the demo? It was Bethesda, Capcom with Resident Evil. Who else was in that demo? I thought most of them like backpedaled after everybody raged against that DLS 5 demo. I think this quest has a lot of illusion choice. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I thought I had a choice there with the siding with the council against the idea of opening up the armistice, but then this happens and then they're gonna open it up anyway. But I think Hadrian does comment it and be like being mad that I didn't back her up. Pat Joe's Bethesda characters' heads bob around like they have Parkinson's. Oh man, that's harsh. Scarecrow, the only cutscene was on the Ryujin quest line when they're showing you a screen and it's really, really bad. You can get the feeling of cutscenes in Fallout 4 with the dialogue camera and stuff. We pulled off some pretty cool cutscene stuff in Fallout 4, but without the cinematic cam, it's pretty hard to do anything cinematic in this. What's funny, Alexander, is there's tons of animations available in Starfield. Like an embarrassment of riches of animations available for during dialogue scenes. Like we had when we were setting up the Watchtower quest and stuff, we were just shocked how many different ones there were to choose from, where it became like daunting to set up all the dialogue scenes because we had so many to go through. Pat Jones, my friend started some with the NES and gave him the next gen console each, so he could appreciate the classics and advancements. It was brilliant. I did that with my kid at first. I made him when he was, I don't know when I started with my older kid. I think I started him probably too young. I probably started him at 4 on Nintendo, and I made him play through with me. Like he wasn't doing this on his own, but we played through the original Mario Brothers, and then we went through and then Mario 3 and Super Mario World, and then Mario 64. And then and then we skipped ahead to, I don't remember when. We didn't play Sunshine. We didn't play all of Galaxy, but we played through some of Galaxy. And then we skipped, and then I kind of let go of that. Like, okay, you get it. You've now had a taste of a lot of the evolution of games and how they go through different graphic styles and stuff. But at first it was like, we're not starting another game until we finish this one. So then we like went through and beat each of those Mario games. Brendan Lucas, do Outfitters and Watchtower talk to each other? Also, thank you for all these donations. Appreciate you. Outfitters and Watchtower talk to each other. Yes. So if you in Outfitters, and sorry you guys about that. I just realized this alarm has been going this whole time while we're talking. Hold on, let's leave this building, so you guys don't have to listen to this the whole time while I'm talking. I should have left here while I'm talking chat. I just got used to it and it didn't bother me. Guys, move. You got an emergency here. There we go. So when you get Outfitters to the quest where you open up new shops.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
That's it. Stop! Now hit him with everything.
We're trying to help you!
Phil.
This is a bummer that they have this EM weapon as a built-in way to do knockout status, and then I don't think you can use it to do a non-lethal play through the game, which is a bummer. Okay, can we not hear the alarm now? Let me see. Hold on, so I can finish that. Okay, so if you have Outfitters to the point where you can open more stores, then when you get Watchtower Stardock advanced enough, it will open a McLaren store eventually. So that is our big talk to each other, and then of course you can. If you get any Watchtower suits, you can use them with McLarens. Alexander, why is BGS not using more anims? Does it affect something negatively? NPCs have so much more movement anims than the player, and dialogue has the same couple of anims all the time. I think it's more work to set them up, would be my guess. And it could also be, I don't know what the order is that things happen, right? Like, It's possible the quests were done a long time before, and then the animations get added to the creation kit later. Like, this is one of the things we always have a huge advantage when we're making mods versus when Bethesda's working on stuff, because they're building the plane while they're flying it, and we have, like, after they're done, we have all the files to look at, so we get to create. You know, that's why you'll see, like, mods that do crazy stuff that Bethesda didn't, because we have the full tool suite and unlimited time to work on it. So it could have been that the animations just weren't available when they were setting up the quests. I don't know. Because there's a lot of them. There are a crazy amount of animations, especially for during dialogue. Kennerson's the only time I ever use EM weapons. Yeah, same. And it was like a cool tutorial moment for them, but then they don't end up being useful. And I wonder if this was, to me, the UC Vanguard questline plays like it's the main quest of the game. Like, there's a lot of introduction to mechanics, and there's an epic, like, storyline that takes you to all the different major cities, and there's a payoff where something changes in the universe. It feels like the main quest. It's very interesting that. So I always wonder if maybe they pivoted at some point, because there's a lot of evidence that they pivoted pretty hard with this game. With a lot of, there goes my controller again. With a lot of stuff in this game, there's so many things that feel like you can see the evidence that they had a different game a few years before they released this.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
All right, let's favorite this. Has BGS ever built a custom animation tool for their kit? For Fallout 4, we have full animation. We can do all animations in it. Fallout 4 is the most moddable game from Bethesda. I stand by that. I've gotten in arguments with people over this, but I swear by it. And part of it is bias, but there's a lot of evidence to it. And one of them is we can do full animations for it. We can't do creature behaviors still, which is a bummer. But I think if for Fallout 4, if we could do new behavior files and the UI was more injectable than it is, that would be like a perfectly moddable game. Okay, so we want to favorite this thing. I swear I get hiccups every time I stream. I think it's because I'm drinking coffee while I'm trying to talk to you guys. Hey, Sweet Pea, how are you? So I hope we can create new animations someday, especially for random stuff, so now everyone's just sitting awkwardly walking this game. Yeah, I have been bugging Bethesda for animation toolkit for Starfield, like, basically since the game came out. I don't know if we're gonna get it. I am told we will one day, but no idea. Feels like we've had a long time for that to come, so I'm beginning to lose hope. Yes, I am using an Xbox controller, and normally I honestly think it's nothing. I don't think it's a problem with the controller. I think it's probably this USB cable I've got plugged in is wonky.
Did you see that? Something moved.
My God, no time to waste, Captain. Boots in the dirt.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Everybody okay? We all clear?
Officer, are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Speak to the fire team. Eliminate the generals. Okay, what's going on, buddy?
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're on you.
Okay. They're 100% gonna turn on us, but that's fine. Are the FO4 animation tools by BGS? Yeah, the exporter is by them, and it works. So they didn't give us a rig; we had to create our own in the community. So that was not ideal. Good morning, sunshine. Come here. Oh, I was going to use that on you. Figured out my plan. Stupid mind-reading alien. And this weapon sucks. Oh.
I heard your of
Need you to hold some
course,
stuff for
oh
him.
kind and benevolent here.
Okay, what do we got for him? Let's see. Oh, can I just put stuff in the frontier right now? Hold on. No, go away.
Off
No,
we go.
I want to do. No, we want this. I can. Okay, sweet. Resources. Store all resources. There we go.
Another adventure.
Amazing. Rook Whitefang. Hello. Speaking of UI, someone is making an HTML5. Oh my god, that's brilliant. I wish all UI systems should go to that. That would be amazing. Mostly because most of my programming experience was done in web. So that would be my bread and butter. There would be so many people capable, qualified to make. There's so many web programmers. It's unbelievable how much that would open the door to more interesting UI stuff if it was done as web pages. Whoa, you are ugly. Uh-oh. Well, thanks for trying, buddy. We'll just take those things. You don't need them anymore.
All wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
When I look at New Vegas or Skyrim mods from the time to time, I always feel like Fallout is decades behind that. I mean, I think it's just it didn't capture as many modders' imaginations as the older games did. Like you need a critical mass of people who just get obsessed with the game to get a few like hardcores who do that stuff. Because if you look at it, like a lot of that stuff was driven by the oh, I didn't notice all this loot here. Guys, this is important that I have this. I have to restock after that battle. Yeah, we'll just take it all. That's fine. The a lot of it is like built on the shoulders of a handful of people who did crazy
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece.
foundations.
Right, so people weren't so lucky.
Like, we're definitely seeing a stall in Starfield modding because Alminster is not a fan of some of the stuff that was done to the engine, so is definitely not as engaged with working on Xedit for Starfield as he was for other games. Like, he still works on it, and he's still done a lot of stuff, and it's been awesome. But yeah, I've talked to him about it, especially early on when the game came out, and he's just not happy with it, and that makes him less inspired to put his time in. So that is, and I'm sure that's similar for a lot of like the script extender as well as Xedit. Of like if teams aren't into it, it doesn't happen. I think Outfit Studios is in the same vein. I don't think it ever got an update for Starfield.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Back to the President. All right. Tenma. Ooh, that's a. I'm gonna butcher. I'm gonna go just Tenma because I'm gonna butcher that last name. I might be butchering the first name too. Hi, Kinggath. Currently playing Some Settlements 2 on Xbox Series X. Awesome. I don't plan on playing Chapter 3 because it's problematic for my poor Xbox. Sorry to hear that. I will, after we finish, I'm in the middle of a SS2 playthrough on PC, and I'm in the midst of Chapter 3, and after I finish it, on my Wednesday streams, I'm going to shift back to Xbox testing to see what we can do over there. I ran it, so I had 2 Xbox playthroughs I tried, and my one on a series, not a series, this stupid naming scheme, the Xbox One S, and I think it was called Series S, and then they just dropped the 1 for the new series. On that, I made it up to chapter, I think we were deep into chapter 2, and then my Xbox started crashing after the next gen update, so I retired it. Then I switched to a Series X, and I couldn't even get past chapter 1 because it would crash when I entered Concord. Didn't matter what I did, I don't know why, and so I'm interested to try that again with the modern patch, because I know some of it was related to the texture bug that was introduced with the next gen patch.
They said you're free to come and go.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, after today's events, the Cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
I'm just some bad card, nobody.
The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you. We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
This is where Hadrian gets mad at me for not backing her up before.
Check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data. I'll coordinate putting the data to good use with the cabinet. We'll be ready to move as soon as you've got it.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. All right. Let's see. Scarecrow. We need a blender plug-in. The 3ds Max is not it. I assume we're going to get one because we have a blender plug-in for Skyrim. So I can't imagine it's long behind. Oh, we had another donation. Brendan Lucas. Thank you again. Brendan says, you'd think Starfield is the most multi-state friendly BGS game. You could have a different president here depending on your actions and the game wouldn't break. New game, but you can't even kill half the named characters. Yeah, I would have loved to see the game lean into more of you can just totally mess up your universe knowing that you can that Unity jump, and especially because then you could have literally made this game so that the only characters that were essential were the Constellation folks and then the Starborn characters. That would have been a really interesting design. Somebody could make that as a mod, right? Just go turn off all the essential flags on out and anybody that's not necessary for the Constellation quest, and then you could just be like, yeah, you can just fail quest lines, and then, yep, you better reboot your universe and try again. Could have been a really fun way to go with it. And so, yeah, I see that, but I think it's a bad approach because it has 6 will have the same base, so all the work he doesn't do now, he will need to do then anyway. Also, Dijon's made an OS fork for SF. Yeah, but maybe he's becoming disillusioned with the Bethesda stuff and won't want to do it anymore. So then, I think that naturally happens in any type of scene like this. Eventually, new people have to take over the mantle of stuff. Not one person can't be expected to like support all the third-party tools forever for a game series. This is new territory because most games, like no other game engine has had this many community-made tools for it, where it's like one game company keeps using the same base and then the tools port forward. Like this is a very unusual situation. I know Outfit Studio, DJ Legends made an OS fork for it, and that's what you're probably talking about at Geo Comics, right? The cannot be used for Starfield. I wonder if you guys seen the new Fallout 4 NPC manager. I hope somebody makes that work for Starfield. That thing is insane. That thing is so cool. Being able to edit the NPC faces outside of the CK. Kaneko, by the way, ran into regular hostilities bug on my Institute game where the moat holder doesn't spawn. Yeah, a bunch of people have been reporting that. I'm hoping I'll get to it soon. I just started, in my playthrough, siding with the Institute so I can start triggering some of that stuff. So I'm hoping I'll run into those bugs as well so I can figure out what's going on. It's a tough one because I've had it work. So like I know the system is capable of functioning. You guys have seen it on my streams. So I don't know what broke. Like I assume it's one of the patches at some point since I finished my last playthrough.
What's next on the
I'm just reading through the rest of the chat. Hang tight, guys. Undy Red, hello, welcome. What improvements would you want Bethesda to add in the Starfield sequel? Oh, I don't know. That's a I mean, I think having something like cruise mode out of the box would definitely change the way they design the game. I think making outposts. I think going too far away from the Fallout thing of like having it have a purpose of building up a place for people to live was a mistake. I think that the outposts lost a lot of their utility. I think I would like to see them go back to the original vision, honestly, like the thing of like where helium mattered and you needed fuel to jump. I would really like to see like that version of the game. I think players are open to more hardcore experiences than some companies think. I think I was just reading an article today about the new Star Wars tactics game that's going to be like if you put Star Wars in XCOM. And like Baldur's Gate 3 is another example of it, of like Baldur's Gate 3's CRPG mechanics are crazy complex, and that went super mainstream of like if you can take crazy complicated gameplay, and as long as you wrap it in an engaging story and with like really great characters and cinematic stuff, like people will figure out the gameplay. You just have to you have to suck them in. So I think they could have gone way more hardcore with the gameplay for Starfield, and I think people would have been cool with it. But and it would have been a good time to try it, right? Because it's a new IP, so it's a shame that they didn't. But I don't, maybe it felt like crap too, right? We have to trust that they tried it all and didn't like it. I just would love to experience it because it sounds so cool. The idea of like the fuel mattering, and then you would build outposts. So I would like to see that, and maybe that's what I'll have to build a mod list like that to see. Maybe it sucks. Maybe it's not fun. Maybe that's what they determined. True, but at the same time, modders are so overly protective of their stuff. For example, is Xedit open source? I think it is. I think the source is available on there, but I don't know what license he's using. Like, is it MIT? Is it Creative Commons? I'm not sure. Tim, I absolutely adore Watchtower, and I play it both on PlayStation and Xbox. Awesome. I hope it went well for you. I assume so. But thank you for purchasing it twice. You rock. Did you see some of the patch notes and saw expanded Starfield support with internal or external mesh export options and Starfield material and texture preview support? Oh, that's for in Outfit Studio. Yeah. Oh, Kinggath will make real max animation cockpits and all, but it just doesn't do it. I mean, we would have to get a lot of stuff. We would need animation tools, behavior tools, UI stuff. Like, I don't think they're going to give us everything we would need to do Max. I have said I want them to do it because I want to see Max done with bring back the power armor functionality so that you can drive furniture like you can in Fallout 4, and then combine it with the shipbuilder so you can build your mech by hand. That would be freaking insane. Yeah, I've heard Real Fuel is super cool. I haven't had a chance to try it, but I would like to. And like the thing, I want to see the whole thing though. It's not like one piece of it. Like I want to see the whole vision of like, there's rumors that it was going to be the Real Fuel idea of like you actually had to have fuel, which would then make outposts purposeful because you would need fuel stops along the way, which would then make the level gating on the systems more impactful. So then you have to stay in an area to like build up resources and credits and stuff. But then the thing that I thought was the coolest that there's evidence is in the game is that there was a thing you could build, and I think people have restored this in mods already, where you could build in a workshop, you could build, or I'm saying an outpost, you build this device that makes a space station in orbit, and then you build the space station in the shipbuilder interface, and then the idea was from what I'm reading from I don't know if it's leaks or just stuff I've pieced together from lots of conversations and things that are in the CK and in the scripts, that you would then use your space station as a place to build ships and big ships. Like you could build like M-class ships with that, and that is why you would need crazy amounts of parts, and where the outpost factory system would come into play of like, okay, it's not practical to buy all the amount you're going to need for a ship, so you're going to need to build a perfectly good working, like satisfactory level factory to churn out the amount you would need to build your own M-class ship. And that would be insane. That would be insane if you could build, you go from your little frontier to like the Enterprise by investing all these resources. That sounds like an amazing gameplay loop to me. And then you could even take it further and make it so you have to like, to get all the parts, you have to end up going to the far out systems. So then it's kind of a self-propelling gameplay loop of like, oh, I want to get to this really cool thing. I need to keep building out my empire out and getting access to more fuel and these harder to get resources that are only available on the outer rim. I think that would have been awesome. But Brendan Lucas, thank you again for the donation. They had to squeeze Starfield into the Fallout 4 mod loop because they were deeply afraid that eclectic mechanics would lower the sales ceiling. I don't know how to respond to that, but there it is. We'll let others speak to it. I am not sure what Starfield 2 will look like, or if we'll even get a Starfield 2. It might be that Starfield ends up being just a one-off. All right, you guys are keep going with the chat. I can never keep up. All right, we're gonna keep going with the quest though. I want to move forward here.
That must make you my favorite captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct? Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's start with the Freestar.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened.
Oh yeah!
But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convinced to work with you.
Brandon, another one. Fallout 4 game loop. Oh, this is a clarification of everything. Okay, they had the squeeze Starfield into the Fallout 4 gameplay loop. Okay, not mod loop, gameplay loop, because they were deeply afraid that eclectic mechanics would lower the ceiling. I mean, I think definitely that I'm sure that there's a fear of making things too detailed to be problematic, but I think the gameplay options is a great way to solve that, of being let people turn off systems that they find not engaging, or give them ways around it. I just think I think there's room for a lot of depth. I really love the modern trend of putting options in games to turn stuff on and off that you want, so that you can make the experience that you want. I think that's really cool. Like, I've been doing that for a long time with some settlements of being like, yeah, some people don't like these features, or they find they don't have the time for it, right? Like I have way less time to game now than I used to, and so like I love these games, but I have to play them kind of that when I play with you guys on stream, this is when I spend the real amount of time on it anymore. Like it used to be that I would, on my own, I would put ungodly hours in and get into the deep stuff, but I don't have time for that anymore. Like this is, so when I'm playing most of these games now, I'm kind of speeding through them by comparison to how I used to, just because of lack of time. So this is a time where I can, like, that's why we're listening to all this dialogue and stuff.
Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up. You're on your way.
So I get why not everybody would want all those deep features. Because at some point you just don't have the time to play them all, especially when so many games. Like it would turn this game, like this game already, to play through them all the quest lines and do all the side quests, like all the major side quests. It takes a couple hundred hours. So if you then added in a slower system to like slow you down from traveling to the different systems, it would be quite the investment to play through this game. HollyBSFX, first time viewing, but I love your work. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. We are here every Wednesday and Sunday. Sundays for Starfield, Wednesdays for Fallout.
Official
Oh,
line
no,
is
no,
that
hold on. No, I don't need to do that again.
She's also got a step. Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Can you please show us the new Watchtower gameplay options? Yeah, real quick. Hold on, after this conversation. It's really just added one new option, which is to change the starting level, but I'll show it to you in a second. And it's not out yet. It is coming in the next Watchtower patch, which is with Bethesda QA. And they've had it for, I think I gave it to them on Monday, like last week. So it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks for them to get through QAing.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside,
I'm shocked how few speech checks I've had so far in this playthrough.
And fair warning,
it's really hard to get the
we received
persuasion
a
skill up.
report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attack. Watch out for automated security in there.
It might be because I'm
Now,
not asking
if you
enough
have
questions.
additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
And I vaguely remember, and I feel like I did have a speech check with her the first time I played through this because I did ask all the questions, but now it's like I know all the info, so I don't feel the need to ask all of it to find out. All right, do Vitrell, you wanted to see this. So the new option that's going to be added in the next build of Watchtower that's going out is right here, the start level. So we added it so that now you can change it to level 55 instead of 15, or you can switch it to be specifically the Pyras system. So you have some options about when you want to start Watchtower.
Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Hey, we should go talk to this guy, see what he thinks now that we've done all this stuff.
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need?
Nope, nothing. Goodbye. Okay. Well, he said he commented, but no further comments. Now, where is this pointing us to? Is this pointing us to our ship, probably? Oh, no. Okay, it's sending us to the archive. Cool. Pull the BSFX. Started playing SS2. Have you considered doing something like that for Starfield? We've talked about it, but because I'm still working on SS2, there's still stuff in Fallout 4 I'm trying to do with it. I can't imagine starting over right now. Like, I need to finish SS2 and then have some time away from it so that I can digest and come back at it fresh. So.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
Yeah, that's what I did originally, Peaches, was persuaded the ship crew NPCs. That was how I grinded out mine as well. But it seemed silly that you play through all these main quests and there's not a lot of speech checks. Or maybe there are, and I'm just not asking enough questions to find them.
More than one? All that
In fact, let's do this.
security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
This building
I'm
is
sorry.
Freestar Soccer
Do you have an
territory.
appointment?
So in here, we're the law.
What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Oh, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Let me be frank, Captain.
Can choose some of the
The
goofy
answer is
options
no.
that I didn't the first
That
time.
information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours and go?
Here we go. Yep, see, there is a persuasion check. All right.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince
Just had to pick a stupid option to get it.
I'm listening.
All right, let's go for the gusto.
You're not gonna flatter me into acting against the Freestar Collective's best interests.
Oh, I'm going to fail this so hard.
Responsible governance will not be rushed. You're not wrong. We do need to do something. Preventing more deaths is precisely what I'm trying to do by keeping the archives sealed. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier. Heard that, huh? Yeah, the ambassador likes to treat us like family, and she doesn't care for most of them either. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her. You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private?
It'd be funny if he just took me like right to this corner. There we go. No, because I don't know if he was actually supposed to be hanging out there or if he's sandboxing. So it'd be really funny if he happened to sandbox right next to the spot that it was more private. I feel like I've had that happen in RPGs before. Hey, Lively, how are you? Not good with words. I have the perk. I took the, what's it called? Persuasion, but I've yet to exercise it because this was the first persuasion check I've found so far. I forgot about the ship people though. I gotta go do that. It's a good way to grind out the early levels.
So you want me to work with you, but why now? Why me? No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me? The code machine. Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry.
Lively, doing well, I'm doing good. I'm a little sunburned. Spent the day outside at my son's soccer tournament and did not sunscreen up, so I'm pretty cooked right now, but feeling good otherwise.
Her quarters. Huh.
Gotta take the drugs. What is the drug in this game for increased perception?
Providing me with
or
what for my
persuasion.
services? Oh, wait, I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm not taking a bribe. That much, huh? Okay, no, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters. You can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
There we go. All right, nice little bribe. Now, if only we could find a couple of weapons to make up for it. Take them on my way out to sell. Let's see, what do we got around here? Okay, now... Okay, what is this? Access the UC listening device. Oh wait, you're security. Hello. Oh, you're just doing a little patrol route. That's fine. What am I? Okay, hold on. Okay, here's a change I would make for Starfield 2 and for for all Bethesda games. Why can't we have a small hitbox when we crouch? Why do we need to have these ridiculously oversized vents? Can we just have a half-size cruise hitbox, please? Josh Dudes, what's the latest news on a new creation after Watchtower and how you doing? Yeah, it does feel weird that we haven't anything released since Watchtower, right? It's been a year. But we've finished 2 in that time, and just neither of them have been released for various reasons. Okay, you...
I tried to keep your ship clean.
You need to go home.
Until we meet again, which could be any second now.
Go back to the ship. Yeah, you're gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, we've got 2 things in the pipes. Our Fallout 4 one, which will be free and will be released at an unknown date, and then our next paid one is Skyrim, which we're almost through QA with. Wait, there's no karma in this game, right? Boop.
I heard you're a member of the UC Vanguard. There's nobody to help you.
Who's there?
Oh. Nobody. You saw nothing.
Who's that?
It was this guy. Run out there. Sacrifice yourself for me. Go. Good job. Paramore is plus 25% to persuasion. Sweet. Oh, we finally have a use for the flashlight. Let's try and flashlight without... There we go. Without throwing a grenade. Distract that guard for us, buddy. Is this where we entered? No, this looks different. Okay. We gotta make up for the... There we go. We found 1,100 of our 8K back. Anybody here? What's this?
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch! Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process. What are you getting at, ma'am? I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a C, right? But what if one opened up? The Meister's heart in what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
Okay, so now we have something to lean on her with. Okay, I guess we should probably go back through the vents, huh? Just walk nonchalantly. It's fine. It was that guy with the crazy spiked blonde hair? He was the one. All right, let's let her get away from the guards in case things have to get messy.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's one of the quests where it's almost impossible to fail persuasion. Oh, I managed. I managed, Edward. Oh, that was probably because I wasn't doing the... Because you can kind of cheat your way through by just doing all the greens, right? But I kept doing yellows to try and do it faster. Because when you do a whole bunch of greens in a row, it starts to feel stupid because the responses are so generic.
No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
Sweepy, the best thing is to open up negotiating diplomacy, just level persuasion naturally. Open up negotiating diplomacy. Oh, is that more skills on that, on the social tree? Persuasion, I always found, I just remember both of my first two characters, I wanted persuasion, and I remember it being, I ended up just having to cheese it by going to the, what do you call it? The people you can hire and just negotiating their rates down, the elite crew. Or not the elite crew, the regular crew, just the generic crew members. Because you can just negotiate them down and then just decline to hire them. So you can just use them for doing persuasion.
But where are my manners? Here, my pistol.
Oh,
Ready
nice.
to- Custom made. Now, with my error rectified, I presume we have a deal?
There we go, value 18,000. There goes our bribe, worked out nicely.
Good, good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions. What on earth are you... Ah, yes. How can I forget? Here, the fee. Now go get your code piece so you can be on your way.
Wait, what's my fee? 7,000 credits. Oh, we made out like bandits. That's hilarious. I don't think I used that option. I don't think I did this. I think I convinced her immediately before because I had persuasion. I had power level persuasion up before this.
They tell me it should only take a moment.
So Trail next Starfield VC 2027, probably. We're in pre-production on it, but there's a lot. It's a big thing, and it's going to require a lot of stuff from Bethesda. So we haven't like fully started production. We've got like a few things working on it, a lot of writing going on, but I don't know how long it's going to take. So hopefully 2027, but if it slips into 2028, that wouldn't shock me because it's, like I said, it's pretty big. We'll see. We have multiple projects going on simultaneously at all times now. Alexander, back to the AI topic. How do you feel about AI used to extend what NPCs can do and react to? Base content all made by with humans, and then put AI on top to generate infinite options. I don't like that at all. I think if it's infinite, once you get into infinite content, I just don't. I just like, it doesn't matter anymore. It's like when as soon as I realize a character is giving me Radiant quests, and the Radiant quests don't seem to be leading to something, like I stop caring. Like I can see it for, it's nice for RP, but like for me personally, once I detect that like, oh, this isn't going anywhere, then I'm just like, I'm not interested anymore. And so the idea of NPCs having infinite talking, I'm just like, no thanks. Because as soon as you know it's infinite, you have to know that like, oh, there's no soul in this, right? It's just like, it's just even if there is voice to it and it sounds like, even if they mask it and make it feel like infinite content, you're still gonna be in the back of your mind, you're like, oh well, because this is infinite, I know it's a Radiant system, right? Like there's no way around that. It's just, and I don't think my brain will let me enjoy that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll turn out to be one of those things that when someone implements it properly and gets like a believable AI voices into a game, because it's coming, right? Somebody's gonna release an RPG with compelling voices and in technically infinite writing. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays. My current stance is that sounds horrible and I don't want anything to do with that, but we'll see. For the sake of humans having jobs, I hope that that's the case. Because the other thing about that is you then get into a state of there will be no more shared experiences, right? If everybody's game generates infinite content, nobody's content will be the same. And then you no longer can talk about what you're experiencing games in the same way anymore. I mean, it's already getting close to that with how many different games there are and how many how much dynamic stuff there is. It's hard to have those shared experiences with folks. I find it hard to talk about TV and movies with people anymore. Like, because everybody watches their own little, they're in their own little bubble. Like, it's very rare that I come across somebody and be like, oh, have you seen this show or you've watched this movie? And it's usually like, no, haven't gotten around to that. So they're like, well, that conversation died off where it used to be not even that long ago. I think like before the streaming wars started, it used to be like, well, everybody I know has watched the first season of Stranger Things and we can talk about that. Not that you need to be able to talk about television or something, but it was a common shared thing a whole lot of people had experienced. It was nice to talk about. Now I think the only universal shared experience I hear about from folks is what's in the news, and that's not good because it's just mostly negative anymore. All right, guys, this is probably a good spot for me to stop because it is past 11, and we got a good chunk of the UC quest line. So we'll continue with this trippy UC part of the UC quest next Sunday. All right, hold on. Let me finish Alexander's prompt here. Maybe I worded that wrongly. Like, I mean, have more reactions to what you do. There are some quests where I wanted to do it a different way or just tell people about something I did but couldn't. Yeah, I still would like that to be all handwritten. I think I want somebody to like actually take the time to care about it, like for it to matter. But maybe not. Like I said, somebody will do it eventually, and I'll see how it feels to actually play it. I would hope that it's masked. Like, I don't want anyone to tell me that there's. As soon as I know, I'm gonna be like, ugh. But I think what's going to happen is that the younger generation isn't going to care, and it'll start becoming the norm for them. It's a lot like how, like, I don't like skins and stuff, like skins in games. I'm like, why would you spend your money on skins? Like, I'll pay for new experiences. I'll pay for unlimited. Like, when The Witcher 3 new DLC comes out, I will pay whatever they want for it. I'm in. But like, I'm not down for paying for skins. But like my nieces and nephews, they don't care. They'll pay whatever. They do it all the time with Fortnite because they've been playing it since they were like, I don't know, whenever Fortnite came out. They've been playing it since it came out. So to them, it's no big deal. I think at some point that's what's going to happen with AI stuff. There's going to be a lot of pushback from people about it, but gamers who don't have an opinion, aren't old enough to care or understand what it really means, like what it means to like the replacement of people in the creative industry, they won't care. And then as long as somebody makes it compelling and fun, then they will engage with it, and those companies will make a lot of money, and it'll just become the norm. That's what I think is probably going to happen. Hope it doesn't, but that seems likely. Brendan, thank you again for another donation. There is a soul. In fact, it's been trained on the work by hundreds of souls. It's been trained up by another of them. That's horrible. All right, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. We'll be back Wednesday with some more SS2, and then for those of you who are just here for Starfield, we'll be back next Sunday. Have a good night.